What it is, everybody. Thanks for joining me. It is St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, 2019, 2 days since this mosque shooting in New Zealand. Don't know if I can even say that. Could have started out, could have made the title about censorship. You know, all of this information is being censored. If you look up mosque, I can show you right now. If you go to YouTube and you want to search for information on the Christchurch shooting, for example, that will not come up as a suggestion. If you want to search for the shooter's name, it actually gives you an incorrect spelling of his name, a few different incorrect spellings, but not the way you actually spell his name, like this. No, it won't autofill that either. If you put in mosque, it won't come up with mosque shooting either. They're trying to hide this information and they don't want people talking about it. And I'm just coming back from a week-long vacation from YouTube. Oh, thanks for joining me for this live stream. Welcome back. So I'm worried every time I put up a video about this at all that for some reason they're going to decide that they have to get rid of the information. But I feel like it's very important to cover. I'm really interested in this event. I'm really interested in the shooter. I've taken a position on, I think that it actually happened. I know that's a debate. I know that there are people who have reasons for why they think, you know, it might not have. I might go over that on some other platform other than YouTube where you can discuss that stuff. But as far as that goes, I think it happened. I just want to look into who this guy is and how this epic troll basically was pulled off. And I just mean that because, as I went into in my last video, this whole thing is a meme. This whole event is meme warfare. And I'm going to go over a few more memes than we did in the first show. So getting right to it, I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. Behind me is Doshi. He produces the show and thinks deep about this stuff. He kind of just tells me what to talk about. We have this guy, Brenton Tarrant. And for those of you who don't think I should show his face, I'm sorry. I don't see the issue with it, but I understand some people are sensitive. His face is blurred out in those pictures from New Zealand. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just a law in New Zealand that to help protect the identity of someone who's just accused of a crime before they're actually convicted of a crime. So it's a due process sort of thing that you're getting the blurred out face. We have this guy, Brenton Tarrant, traveling all over the world. And we have a new interview from his parents telling you a little bit more about him. Maybe I'll play that because that gave me some insight. I'm trying to figure out where this guy figured out, where he was trained, essentially, where he learned to do everything that he did, where he got his guns. He should not have been allowed to get guns in New Zealand as an Australian citizen, as far as I know, how he procured those without getting on some kind of a list. And definitely how he paid to travel around the world because it was not BitConnect, another meme. Here was an interview from today on 9 News Australia, where it's an interview with the grandmother. She talks about what Brenton was like and when things changed.
And girls.
Spent most of his time on computers and learning the ins and outs of computers and playing games on computers. But I don't think girlfriends were on the agenda. He said getting married was too hard.
She says Tarrant's father's death after suffering cancer in 2010 took its toll. And he headed to Europe at a time when Islamic extremist attacks were on the rise.
It's only since he travelled overseas, I think, that boy has changed completely to the boy we knew.
Investigators believe...
All right, I immediately perked up when I heard that. He changed when he went overseas and he started traveling, which was actually around 2010. He said he started planning this 2 years ago. I'm not sure it was clear from his manifesto that when he was traveling, but he was traveling all the way from 2010. She says he changed when he started traveling. There's another article here from ABC News Australia about Brenton, and there he is in Pakistan, and I'll show you that. He's been all over the world. There he is in Pakistan, and it's a interview with a gym manager who he was working with. She said he worked at the gym after he finished school in 2009 until 2011, when he left to go traveling overseas in Asia and in Europe. She said, quote, "I think something must have changed in him during the years he spent traveling overseas," unquote. And then the article mentions Terrence said that he worked for a short time before making some money from BitConnect, a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, then used the money to fund his travel. So my alarm bells went off right away when he said, I wanted to know where he got the money for traveling. He said he got it from BitConnect. Now, BitConnect was a 2017 thing, and most people who put money in BitConnect lost all of their money. It was a scam. So why is he saying he got the money from BitConnect? Well, now I find out he started traveling in 2010, 2011, way before anything like BitConnect was thought up. So what was that? Well, if you type into Google search BitConnect, the first thing that comes up is BitConnect meme. So let me just play you a little bit of what that's like.
What's BitConnect? Let me tell you guys, BitConnect! I am so excited. I am so happy. Let me tell you, I love BitConnect!
I'm telling you, this guy was a memer. He knew exactly what to say. I'm telling you guys, there's something about this alleged shooter. This is a real operation, a psychological operation, whether it was pulled off by one guy or multiple individuals or agencies, not sure. Where did he get his training? How did he get radicalized? How did he learn to be a cold-blooded killer? Well, he visited Turkey twice. I'll play to you from Turkish national TV. They're reporting on it. Turkey is sending a delegation there. Well, they're concerned about him in Turkey because in his manifesto, which is also being censored, apparently not allowed to be spread around. I've read from it a few times. All of this is news. All of it's news. You should be able to see the video. They don't hide the JFK shooting from us. We're allowed to look at that and talk about it. But this is being censored. They don't want people to even look at it. I don't know how anybody gets to the truth without being able to see the evidence for themselves. And it's a shame. It's a shame we're not allowed to talk about certain things. And, it's a risk just to talk about it. Just to read from his damn manifesto, which is out there so people can look at what the hell happened. How did this happen? Why did it happen? I mean, people want to know. We're not just conspiracy theorists. We're not just trying to say everything's fake. We want to know how this went down, who was behind it. We're not harassing or bullying anyone. We want to know the truth. In his manifesto, he wrote, Erdogan, the leader of one of the oldest enemies of our people and the leader of the largest Islamic group within Europe, this warlord must bleed his last, whilst he visits his ethnic soldiers currently occupying Europe. His death will also drive a wedge between the Turk invaders currently occupying our lands and the ethnic European people, whilst simultaneously weakening Turkey's hold on the region, removing a prime enemy of Russia, and destabilizing and fracturing NATO. Now, I want to know where this guy got his information about geopolitics. Why does he know, or why does he surmise that killing Erdogan would have those effects? Why are the things he did specifically to drive wedges between people in this country as well? Knowing what would happen, knowing what happens when you mention PewDiePie, Candace Owens, when you're on 8chan, you know that they're going to come after those people. It was intentional. All of it was intentional. Sorry, I was talking about his traveling. Got a little off topic. This is from Turkey.
Had entered Turkey in 2016. I believe he spent about 43 days in the country. Now, police are trying to find out what he was doing in this country, but we can tell from the manifesto that he was very interested in President Erdogan. There could have been an assassination plot, maybe. Police are speculating that he could have been searching for future targets in Turkey while he was here. And we also know that he went to a lot of early Christian artifacts and sites in Turkey. There's many throughout Anatolia. We know in his manifesto that he mentions the Hagia Sophia Mosque. That was a very important part of his manifesto. He talked about returning it back, taking it from the Turks, taking it from the Muslims. So this was a very important country to him. This was a country that he spent a lot of time in. And it's also very important, the timings of his entrances to Turkey. He came before the 2016 coup. And he also came back to Turkey again after the 2016 coup. So there's two entrances in 2016. Now,
he did a lot of traveling in 2016. So I have him, like I said, 8 countries. Let me see if I can show you. Right now, breaking today is that he visited Israel. Add that to the list of countries. Visited Israel in 2016. Official quoted as saying there were no red flags in security check of Brenton Tarrant. Greek, Bulgaria, Turkey, Croatia, and Hungary also confirmed trips. We also have trips to North Korea, France, Pakistan. North Korea, France, and Pakistan as well. Senior Israeli official said Brenton Tarrant arrived in the country from Turkey on October 25th using his Australian passport. According to the official, there were no red flags. Earlier on Sunday, police in Greece said Tarrant had visited the Greek islands of Crete and Santorini and had traveled through that country twice, all in 2016. Authorities in Bulgaria, Turkey, Croatia, and Hungary have also confirmed visits by Tarrant between 2016 and 2018, as he apparently studied battles between Christians and the Ottoman Empire. Mentions a lot of travel in 2016. They also mention the upside down OK signal, another meme. I just found out about a completely different, you could call it a meme. The name of Brenton Tarrant's manifesto is The Great Replacement. I just want to make sure. The Great Replacement is manifesto. The Great Replacement. The Great Replacement, if you go to Wikipedia, I stumbled on this. They call it a conspiracy theory. The Great Replacement conspiracy theory. I was just looking up how many people believe in things that are called conspiracies. You know, they say we aren't allowed to talk to each other anymore on the internet. Like if you believed that there might be something about this that might be wrong, you're actually not allowed to say that anymore. So I want to know, well, how many people believe in some kind of conspiracy theory? It turns out about 6 in 10 people in the United States believe that the CIA was behind killing John F. Kennedy, or at least that they don't believe the Warren Commission report. At least 60% of people in the United States believe that. You know, somewhere upwards of 10 or 15% of people think we didn't go to the moon. So what about those people? Anyway, this Great Replacement was a shout out to a French theory called Le Grand Remplacement, which they call right-wing conspiracy theory. And it's summarized here. And get this is the thing about what this guy did, is a lot of people agree with him. A lot of people agree with him. That's what I was saying about creating division. A lot of people agree with him. They don't necessarily apologize for what he did, but a lot of people agree with what he said. And this points it out as clearly as anything. In his travels in France, he probably learned about Le Grand Remplacement. the Great Replacement so-called conspiracy theory. Well, while they were asking the French population about conspiracy theories they believe in, nearly half of the population, 48% of French, lent credence to the replacement theory, according to which the global political and media elite is organizing for white people to be replaced by immigrants. So that is exactly what he says in his manifesto. And nearly half of French people agree with what he said. One of the things that's a little stunning to me about this whole thing and what we're learning as we come out of it is a lot of people hold beliefs that are similar to the supposed beliefs of this shooter. And because a lot of people hold beliefs, and I know not everybody is evil or anything, we have to accept that there are these, there are people who generally kind of believe this stuff. And, I guess I have to have an understanding of their beliefs as well, and not just say anybody who believes something like this is just like this, psychopath, assassin. I'm not going to, I don't want to lump them all into one group, and I don't think you should lump them all into one group, because that's one of the intentions of this operation, is definitely to paint everybody who thinks that kind of thing with a broad brush. It's a dangerous time. I don't want to say that, but it's a weird time because of this thing, and because of the way it, very, very weird. This is him in Pakistan, okay? This is him in Pakistan, a Muslim country that's very hard to get into. Facebook post that I guess he made from someone else's account. He says, "Hello, everyone. My name is Brenton Tarrant, and I am visiting Pakistan for the first time. Pakistan is an incredible place filled with the most earnest, kind-hearted, and hospitable people in the world. And the beauty of Hunza and Nagar Valley in autumn cannot be beat. Unfortunately, many tourists are choosing other countries due to the stress, difficulty, and steep requirements of obtaining a Pakistani visa. Hopefully, in the near future, the Pakistani government and Mr. Imran Khan will make the necessary changes to the visa program so to encourage tourism and make it viable once more for the world to come and experience the beauty of Pakistan." This in October of 2018. Israel, Turkey, France, North Korea, Pakistan, Greece, Bulgaria, Hungary, a growing list. I mean, I have my suspicions about him for sure, without being disrespectful to anybody. I have my suspicions about what his motives were. I'm definitely skeptical that they are what he wrote in that, hunk of memes that he called his manifesto. So I'm going to keep looking at it. If you support this kind of work, I haven't been on YouTube for a while. Buy a t-shirt. Well, I'm wearing this today because that's what we're doing. You can get those at truthclothing.io. We have a lot of nice t-shirts. Truthclothing.io. I'm going to show it to you because we do need your support to make this happen, especially when, we're under fire like this. You can do it a number of different ways. Let me see if our website's up. Here, I'll show you. That's what we have. I was wearing our yellow vest tee. Those are hot right now. That is a revolution. And the Fed. Crypto's coming back. You need a decentralized tee for the spring. It's getting hot here, so I'm starting to think about t-shirts. We have a lot of women's stuff too. Truthclothing.io, free shipping over $50. You can also support us on, if you bought a shirt already and you still want to support us, you can do that on Patreon or PayPal. Like I said, I've been off for a while. I have to try to catch up. Trying to do the right thing too. Don't know why. I said when I came back I was going to tone down my content and stuff. Definitely not doing anything wrong. Definitely have to ask questions. Definitely have to be able to ask questions. So if that's pushing the boundaries, then I guess, that's what we have to do. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for the super chats. I'm going to get into everything on Twitch. I might have time to take some phone calls on Twitch. So which is safer, twitch.tv/lifttheveil411. If you want to come over, I'll take calls. You can also download the Twitch app, look for Lift the Veil, turn on your notifications, and follow my channel. As a matter of fact, this YouTube thing is precarious. So the Twitch thing is less precarious. So if you find me there and turn on notifications, at least you'll find me, if anything happens, God forbid, So thanks everybody from Doshi as well. That is what it is.